Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is Wednesday at 9 o'clock and this is a brand new video series. Now, I cannot guarantee I will have time to do this every Wednesday, but when I do have time to do them, they will go up on a Wednesday at 9 o'clock because we don't have anything on a Wednesday evening. The review show with Ryland goes up at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday. Nothing really goes up at 9 o'clock. So this is going to be something that I'm going to try and do every Wednesday, but I can't guarantee it. Please don't be mad at me if I don't have time to do it every Wednesday. It's insanely busy for me at the moment and I'm juggling a million things. But what we have on this video I think would be very valuable for the people that watch Magic TV. Basically, I'm going to call it Hidden Gems. And the whole idea of this video series is to take a look back at routines, individual routines, that people might have forgotten because it's on an older project, and just perform it and explain why you should learn this particular routine. I talked about this on the Q&A a couple of weeks ago and people said that this was a really good idea. So this is what I'm going to do. Now, this is slightly different to the retro reviews that I'm going to be doing in a few weeks' time where I'm reviewing older projects. This is looking at individual tricks. So it might be looking back at an older Penguin Live and highlighting something on an older Penguin Live that people might not have seen before. It might be looking at the older Masterclasses by Vanishing Ink. It might be looking at the old At the Table lectures that Murphy's did or the Alakazam Academy. Just between those four brands of online lectures, there's thousands of hours of tricks. And a lot of them have been forgotten. And that's the whole concept of Magic TV. When I launched Magic TV, it was all about highlighting to people the older tricks that are out there that you might not have seen. That's why I do the Magic Lives every single day. And I perform tricks that, you know, from years ago that you might not have seen. Because I think as a community, and it's human nature, and I do exactly the same thing, we are always looking for that latest and greatest trick. Oh, I need that new trick in my life. I need that new trick in my life. And we forget that we stand on the shoulders of giants. And there's a lot of routines out there from many, many years ago that's really good. Now, I'm not just going to be looking at tricks from online academies. I'm also going to be looking at older magazines. I'm going to give you a reference point of where you can learn a trick that might have been published in Genie in the 1980s, or might have been published in Magic Magazine or Magic Scene or something like that. Because again, all of these magazines you can get. You know, Genie, if you subscribe to Genie like I do, you've got access to all of the older Genies, as well as all of the older Magic magazines, and you know, Magic Scene and Vanish magazine. They all have back issues that you can buy. I'm even going to be looking at Abracadabras, the old Abra Magic, the old Abra magazines from Good Lift Publications. I'm going to be basically just delving into stuff that's come years before, that you might not have seen, that is as good today as it was back then. So without further ado, let's go into, and these aren't going to be particularly long. This one's going to be a little bit longer than the others because I wanted to let you know what this whole video series is going to be about, but they're not going to be very long. It's going to be me talking about a trick, performing it, telling you where you can learn it and why it's so good. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's hidden gem. So a couple of times on this channel, I've talked about Penguin Lives, and one of my favorite Penguin Lives is G. Now, G is an incredible innovator and creator of magic. G came on my radar when I was on the Wizard product review with David Penn, and we reviewed Just Imagine, which is very old now, and is just as good now as it was back then. In fact, that might be another trick that I'd like to highlight in future on a hidden gem episode, because Just Imagine is amazing, and he actually put it out as part of his Penguin Live. But G's Penguin Live is absolutely incredible, and because a lot of people hadn't heard of him, it flew under a lot of people's radar, but it's full of super commercial tricks. Now, I mentioned this on the Q&A a couple of weeks ago, but I want to give it the attention it deserves because I just mentioned it in a very quick offhanded comment. But on that project, there's so much good stuff. I think people missed that Penguin Live to begin with. But then even the people that didn't miss the Penguin Live, I think there's a particular trick in there they missed and they flew over because there's so much really good stuff. And it uses a light up thumb tip, but not just any normal light up thumb tip. It's got to be a super bright light up thumb tip. It's got to be super bright for it to work. And what this particular routine is perfect to do if you're a close-up performer. It's also really good to do if you're a kid show entertainer, it's a great, it feels like it's impromptu. It's not impromptu because you need your light up thumb tip with you, but other than that, it feels like it's completely impromptu. The idea is, and it's really simple in its execution, you borrow a napkin, you take the napkin, you get the spectator to draw a light bulb on the napkin, you concentrate, and you have the light bulb light up. It's as simple as that. You're going to see it, and you're going to know how it works immediately. A lot of the time, when I'm doing these hidden gems, you'll have no idea. However, with this one, you're going to know how it's done, because obviously, to a magician, it's fairly obvious. And I think that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is, to a magician, the method is obvious, and so we overlook it. But trust me, I have performed this so many times, and it absolutely kills. It's just so good. It really is so good. And I implore you, if you like this, don't just perform it. Don't just perform it, but get G's Penguin Live lecture, where he explains all the nuances and all the details. And it's a lecture you should get anyway, because there's some incredible stuff on there. But let me just do you a quick performance of it. I'm going to perform it to Matt. I'm going to drag him out the sales room and perform it to him very quickly. Let's have a look at this right now. As a magician, I'm always striving to try and create different effects. And one thing I've always wanted to do, ever since I was a kid, is make a drawing come to life.
Okay.
How would that cool? I mean, it'd be so much better than a card trick or a coin trick. If I could take a drawing and make it come to life, that would be cool.
Can you draw a block of gold?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not very good at drawing.
Right, okay.
And I'm also not very good at making drawings come to life. Other than that, it's a perfect plan.
It's getting exciting.
But this is something that we're going to try. I've got some napkins. I stole them from Reagan's desk, because let's be honest, when you think McDonald's, you think Reagan. So... she's not going to watch this, right?
She's definitely going to watch it.
She's going to watch it now.
Shit. What I want you to do, mate, is, because I'm such a terrible artist, I know you're such a great artist.
Really not.
What I want you to do is, I want you to draw a light bulb, nice and big, right there. I want you to draw a light bulb. Make it as realistic as possible, like an old school light bulb, not one of the new light bulbs. We're going to go old school with this shizzle. Okay. Because when I was a kid, don't forget the filament inside and everything. Because when I was a kid, right, I saw a magician on TV, and this magician, what he did is he took a light bulb and he held it in his fingertips and he made it light up.
Okay.
And it was the most incredible thing I'd ever seen. We've got some napkins here, but this is a great impromptu trick that you can do anytime, anywhere. What he did is he touched his forehead and he concentrated, and the light bulb just like lit up. Now, obviously, I can't do that, but if I could do that with your drawing, I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to, but all I have to do is concentrate. And as I concentrate...
What the fuck?
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm just concentrating. Is it working? I mean, to me, it looks
what
like...
What do you mean, is it working?
Is it looking good?
Dude, what the fuck?
No, it's fucking E.T.
Hang on. Let me just...
Nah.
And you can keep that as a souvenir. And you can take it home and you can practice that. I'm sure it'll be good.
What the fuck? Oh, that's one way to help the environment, I suppose. But...
Like, that's not a trick, though, is it? That's like fucking wizardry. How do you...
Just you touch your
forehead. You
forehead.
can't just... Look, it's not...
No, you just touch your forehead.
You can't...
You just
No, nothing.
No. Touch my forehead. Just touch it.
I don't get it.
Stop it!
You can try it yourself. You can take it home and you can practice it. And
You've got nothing in your hands, though.
No, just tattoos. You know what they say, practice makes perfect. So you saw Matt's reaction. He's seen a lot of magic. You know, he's worked in my office now for a few years. He's not a magician himself, but he knows a little bit about magic, having seen so much magic. You saw the reaction. He's absolutely blown away by that, as is everybody. Because think about it from a layman's point of view. You borrow a napkin. This is great for a restaurant worker where there are napkins and things lying around. You literally just borrow a napkin, you get them to draw on it, and then you do this and it lights up. Now, I don't know what that was looking like on camera, because obviously I'm in kind of a very well-lit studio here. It works really well outside, it works really well inside, as long as you're using a super powerful light up thumb tip. You don't want to have like one that doesn't light up very well. You want a super powerful light up thumb tip. If you've got one of those super powerful light up thumb tips, and there's a new one that's only just recently come out through Murphy's Magic, so it's available from all good magic dealers, then it works itself. You literally just have the drawing, you concentrate, boom, it lights up, blow, it goes off, and you give them the napkin back. And it's the thing that will be remembered long after everything else has been forgotten. It feels impromptu. It's very, very easy to do. It's not a card trick. It's not a coin trick. You don't need a table. It's pretty much angle proof. It creates a really big impact. And like I say, I've done this in kid shows because in kid shows, I'll have some napkins at the side, and I'll just pick one up and I'll draw a light bulb, and I'll tell them to concentrate on it. And I'll say, concentrate, we're going to try and light it up. And it doesn't light. And I say, look, concentrate harder. Everyone say the magic words or whatever. And it lights, and I use look, no, see. So I'm looking over here. I'm saying it didn't work. I'm really sorry. And when I look back, it's gone out. I go, look, it didn't work. It didn't work. And then I'm looking back, and it's lit up again. And when I look back, it doesn't work. And eventually, you can have a second delight with kids shows, and you can take the light off the actual. You can take the light off the drawing and hold it here, throw it up in the air and catch it back on the drawing. You can do all this sort of stuff, and it's visible enough to play to a big audience like that. But you know, it works just as well close up. So it's on G's Penguin Live lecture, which you can get directly from Penguin Magic. I don't think it's anywhere else, and it's stacked full of really good material. So again, please, if you like this, buy the Penguin Live. It's one of the best Penguin Lives I've seen. It's well worth buying. There's a stack load more information in there. There's a stack load more routines in there. And if you start doing this, I guarantee you it's going to stay in your repertoire for a very long time. So what I want to know now is, let me know what you think of this new video series. Is this something you'd like to see more of? Like I say, in order to, you know what I'm like on this channel. I want to commit myself to doing something every single week. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and put these up every Wednesday, which is why I'm keeping them short, and it's why I'm keeping it to just one trick. You know, a lot of the things on this channel, I have 3 or 4 tricks, and it takes me a long time to produce. If I'm keeping it to just one trick, I think I can keep up with a weekly format. But let me know what you think. Is this something that you would like to see more of? Is this a format on the channel that you'd like to see, sort of hidden gems and older tricks that I kind of highlight to you? If you do, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget, as normal, if you want to see more videos like this, like the video, please subscribe to the channel. It really means a world to me when people subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't already, at 5 o'clock today, I went live with the Craig and Ryland review show. So have a look at that. We had some great stuff that we were looking at this Wednesday, including all of the stuff that we had from Blackpool when me and Ryan went to Blackpool. So check that out. And again, I'm going to be back tomorrow with a magic stuff on Thursday. Oh, sorry, with the magic stuff at 9 o'clock, 2 o'clock at Shorts, and at 6 o'clock at Magic Live. Thanks very much. I'll see you again. My name's Craig from Magic TV.